The commissioning workflow of the PXC7 automation controller is not different from the PXC4 and PXC5 controllers. Let's see step by step, focusing on what is really relevant for the PXC7, speeding up a bit what instead is common with the other controllers of the same family. From the Building tab, add the device, and expand the controllers list. Together with the PXC4 and PXC5 types, we can find now also the PXC7, E400, and it is offered of 3 choices, from the bottom to up, S, M, and L. The description gives a hint about the limits of total data points supported by the 3 types, helping to choose the proper device. Change of the device type is possible, but with limitation. We will talk about it later on. Define here the basic parameters, as already valid for the PXC4 and PXC5 devices. Click OK, and define a meaningful description for the new device in the list. From Application and Device Overview, selecting the PXC7 device in the list, it is possible to change device, but only for upgrade. So, in our case, from S to M or L. As we changed now to M device, it is no longer possible to downgrade to S again, but only upgrade to the L version is allowed. With ABT version 4.4, a new I/O bus communication mode is implemented. Go back to Building Structure, select the PXC7 controller, and expand the device details. Clicking on I/O bus from the left list, you will find the new communication mode drop-down menu. By default, it is set to Manager and Subordinate mode, which is indicated and sufficient for typical HVAC applications. This mode supports up to 64 TXIO modules. Event mode is instead indicated for fast applications, for example cooling machines, lighting, and so on. This mode supports maximum 8 modules. Let's proceed now with the engineering of the PXC7 controller, by double-clicking the device from the building structure. In this workflow we don't dive deep into the programming of the device, and we quickly use one of the available libraries that can fit our case. So, we click on Programming from the left, and, in the TIA interface, we choose one valid application for an air handling unit. Come back again to the ABT site, and we see now our data point structure available. As we know already, we can either use the tabular view, or the graphical view, to define the modules structure of our PXC7. Now, it should be required to add the module one by one, choosing the proper type, according to I/O wiring, or, in case we want to start a simulation, we can quickly use the Assign All function. With this feature, the system automatically adds the proper TXM modules, and assigns the data points to the proper input and output type. As the goal of this video is not to show how to configure the I/O as it is in the reality, we go for this quick way. Check the estimated power consumption bar, and add additional power supply when required. The configuration is now ready to be downloaded. So, go to Startup, connect the network, and discover the devices. The PXC7 is unconfigured, and needs to be assigned first. Once done, and it is showed as configured, perform a full load of the configuration. This operation would take several minutes, until the device will be automatically rebooted. Please, always remember, that despite the device status shows it is operational, the device needs some additional time to settle down, basing on the amount of data it needs to load.